The National Executive Committee of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, is expected to meet this Thursday to take final decision on which zone the presidential ticket of the party will be zoned to. Arise News sister publication this day had reported that the National Working Committee, NEC, will also meet on Tuesday. PDP has adjusted its timetable and schedule of activities to extend the closing date for the purchase and submission of expression of interest and nomination forms for the 2023 general election. The Samuel Otom-led zoning committee says only the NEC of the party has the final say on zoning. Well, meanwhile, some party members have been speaking ahead of the party's decision.
I think the issue is beyond the neck of the party. The issue is purely at the doorstep of the constitution of the party, the PDP. In the wisdom of those who were the framers of the PDP constitution, taking into account our plural status, our ethnic multiplicities and the imbalances of Nigeria, taking into account the quota system, the federal character principle as enshrined in the constitution of Nigeria as amended, decided to insert that Article 7, Subsection 3C into the party constitution that talks about equity, fairness, and justice. The only natural thing to do, instead of rigmaroling and try to postpone the evil day or trying to be clever by half because of the certain greedy ambition of some aspirants, was to just say, since the candidate of the party was from the north in 2019, it should be the turn of the south. It's as simple as ABC. But when people are running away from truth, when they can't speak truth to power, when certain presidents have certain influence over chief executives of parties or chairmen of parties or members of the NWC, you see them trying to twist the whole thing, and give a score to those who say that politics is
someone
immoral.
Describe it as party executives talking with water inside their mouth.
It's very ridiculous because we can't speak truth out. The constitution is there. Why not abide by your constitution? Why say you want to throw open a process? Why say that? And now you are now shifting the goalposts to the NEC. The same NEC that gave powers to the committee to go and sit and take a decision. The decision is now that you should throw it open, then they will go back to the NEC and say, that is not fair. And because PDP is an organic party, they have to be careful. If they want to remain permanently in opposition, some of us are not tired. We are not tired to be in opposition. We will be there to put government in place in check. But the right things must be done at the right time.
And what are the likely outcome of the PDP NEC on zoning, and how will this outcome influence the party chances in 2023? Mahmud Jega, Arise News analyst, joins us now to discuss this developing story. It's still very much on the front burner, the issue of zoning, not just in the opposition PDP, but even also in the ruling party APC. There is still that graveyard silence about zoning, is it going to be zoned here and the rest. But tell us, in political equity, fairness and justice, the PDP zoning formula is enshrined in their constitution. Why dilly-dallying?
It's enshrined in the constitution, but there are certain realities that have made it very difficult now. The first one is that the party has left the matter until very late. Already it started selling forms some weeks ago, and aspirants from all over the country have bought forms. This decision should have been made a long time ago. Now you have collected 40 million naira each from people, they have bought forms. The danger is if you now turn around and zone them out, then you could really have a major crisis in your hands. So possibly, if, as we read in the reports, the recommendation of the Autumn Committee is to leave the race open to all zones, that is the most likely decision the party will have to take, everything considered, because otherwise it risks a major fracture, really. And
you think that decision too won't get some people really agitated and want to, dump the party?
Well, whatever the party does, that one is important, especially given that right now the majority of PDP members are to be found in the southern states, specifically in the southeast and in the south.
South.
So, but they should have taken that into consideration and made the decision a long time ago. However,
is it too late to really reverse that decision and say, look, in the spirit, letter and spirit of the party's constitution, we're going to zone this to the south? What's so difficult about that?
What's so difficult about it is that it is fairly late in the day, and some of the most important aspirants in the party are from the northern zones. That's what it looks like. And really, if those people are aggrieved and they walk out on the party, then its chances of winning the election next time is almost nil. And you know, we talk about the constitution and other things, but for a political party, the most important thing is to win the election. That is really the most important thing. If, you know, in the name of some constitutional nicety, you push through a decision that wrecks the party and it is no longer in a position to win the election, then obviously you have not done anything.
But it looks as if, I mean, if you paint all the scenarios left to right and the rest, it's like the party is set for an implosion.
Looks like that, unfortunately, because one way or another, a major faction of the party is going to be aggrieved. I'm not a party member. It is for the party members to put their heads together and find out what is the best formula to avoid a major friction in the party. Because if either of the two camps, those agitating for a wide open nomination process and those agitating for zoning to the south, if either of those major blocks is agreed, then really the party might kiss its chances in the elections goodbye.
What, you know, other factors or kind of factors do you think may have come to play in all these merry-go-round about zoning or no zoning and why it should be thrown open or not thrown open? Is it a political factor of money politics as usual, or looking at the regions and their strength?
There are many things, but I think one of the most important considerations why so many powerful northern aspirants within PDP are angling to get the ticket this time is because, without saying so, it looks like APC has zoned its ticket to the south without saying so. You know, they didn't declare it openly, and they think that this is PDP's opportunity, that if any one of them could get the PDP ticket, then he is in a very good position to win the election next year, because conversely, unlike PDP, the majority of whose members are to be found in the southern states, the majority of APC members are to be found in the northern states. So if it zones the ticket to the south, as it appears to have done, then it has an element of electoral risk. And some of the major PDP aspirants from the zone think that they are in a good position to peel off some of the northern APC supporters and win the election, which they think should be the most important consideration for PDP going into next year's election. This is one of the issues at play, without saying so openly.
Okay, let's say this openly now. Would it be too difficult for the party's NEC leadership to refund monies of those candidates if in the situation that the presidency is zoned to the south?
This question was asked of Dele Momodu when he appeared on the Arise program late last week, and his answer was that it is easier said than done. It is easier said than done. In any case, the party NEC that is going to meet on Thursday is made up of party chairman and secretaries and governors, as well as leaders of its National Assembly caucus from all the states. I don't see how you can mobilize a majority in that NEC to zone the ticket to a particular zone, the way it is constituted. Just like the committee, because the committee itself was a member.
The committee was given the power, saying, hey, go and come up with the best option. Why throw it back again at NEC?
Because the way the committee was constituted with a member from each state, That was not going to arrive at any sane decision, because almost every member of the committee will stand by the feeling in his own state. And like the majority of the states, probably the feeling is that the rest should
so
be
parochialism, you know, has a lot to play in the decision than idealism here.
In politics, that is almost inevitable. Politicians are not known for high principle. In Nigeria, at least. Everybody is looking over his shoulder. I mean, what the base of my supporters will say. That's it. I mean, you can't go from Kwara State or from Adamawa State and vote for zoning the ticket to the south. And when you go back home, what do you tell the party members in your own state? So the way the committee was constituted, it was almost inevitable that this is the recommendation that it will make. And I can also see that even the NEC will be stalemated on this issue, because every member will be pushing the feeling in his own state. So you are very unlikely to find a majority that will vote to zone the ticket to the southeast or to even the south generally.
Well, thanks so very much, Mahmud Jega. Simplifying it there, well, the politicians still have the ball in their court, and they know how to, you know, play it and set their own rules.
It's true.
Mahmud Jega, Arise analyst there.